Ah, how to increase your Rizz, you feel what I'm saying? Now, I made a lot of shorts, YouTube shorts, talking about, characters of Rizz, characters, Overwatch characters are Smash, what do. I feel like, it makes sense for you to make a video on how you actually Rizz, since that's kind of like the idea of my channel, right? Alright, so boom, first, and this is probably the most important, it is your physical attraction. Whether you're male or female, looks get you through the front door, you feel what I'm saying? It gets you into that conversation with the other gender in the first place. And I'm not gonna lie, 60% of your physical attraction is genetic, right? It's how your parents look. However, the other 40%, which is quite a large control, you have control over it. Like, you can really max out your looks to where your genetic potential could reach using the techniques I'm about to teach, I'm about to tell you. And let's be honest, right? You don't really know if you're good looking or if you're really ugly. Because if you're like my age, 17, 18, even under like 22, 23, you're still technically classed as like a teen, right? And you're still either, quite fat or skinny, and you still have quite a lot of time, right, before you truly grow out a face that's really going to be permanent with you. Right, so now I need you to promise me, right, you watching this video, to make an effort from today to do the things I'm about to tell you. Because there'll be one day, right, where you wish you looked just a little bit better, to realize that girl of your dreams is right in front of you. Yeah, and unfortunately, you didn't do the things I told you to do. So now you're still an ugly pig. Right, you didn't do the things when you were younger, and now you're stuck with a face that you're not happy with. And so you're ugly. Right, so what I did, I'm not gonna bore you, right? So I'm just gonna get straight into it. First is mewing. Right, second, tongue exercises. Third, neck exercises. 4, chewing gum, or implementing harder things in your diet. And last, but probably the most important, is if you are, fat or like chubby, losing body fat, because, it makes your face leaner. And I mean, that's just pretty self-explanatory, innit? And yeah, all those things I mentioned before, you should really aim to do research, but I'll quickly go over them. So mewing is essentially just resting your tongue on the roof of your mouth. And what that does, it not makes the skin, like the fatty bits you have under your chin, more tight. It also pushes out your cheekbones, and if you push out your cheekbones more, it'll make your entire facial structure more prominent, and that makes you look more attractive. Tongue exercises kind of goes hand in hand with the mewing. Again, strengthens up your neck, and then further neck exercises, again, goes hand in hand. And essentially what neck exercises does, strengthens your neck, makes your neck thicker, and if you have a thicker neck, you are more attractive. Now, a word of warning, when you are doing these neck exercises, doing neck curls or what they will do, you're gonna look like you're sucking dick. Alright, people are gonna look at you like, hey, yo, what is that guy doing? But, sacrifices have to be made. Fourth, it is chewing gum. Right? Hard gum specifically. Mystic gum or something like that. It's like the Greek gum. Search it up on the internet. Essentially what that does is it's hard gum, and it obviously strengthens your jaw, so your jawline is going to be more prominent. And then obviously again goes hand in hand with implementing harder things in your diet. When you eat, that's like an hour of your day. When you eat an hour and a half, if you're constantly eating harder things, you're going to be constantly working your jaw. Yes, hard things in your diet, not cock, alright? Harder things like vegetables, like broccoli, cucumber, all of that. And obviously losing body fat makes your face leaner with the wall. And that moves us nicely onto the second thing to increase your Rizz. And that is gym. Like I mentioned before, 60% of your looks, right, is genetic. However, with gym, right, I'd argue 10-15% of it's genetic. The rest of the 85, you have complete control over. Right, because look at this. I think of it this way. Have you ever seen a guy that dieted, trained, sleep hard, rest properly for like five years straight and not come out of an amazing physique? I've never. I don't think anyone has. Because quite frankly, the answer is no. Genetics, right, is something that pushes out on the internet. These little fucking dweebs with small dick energy use that as excuse like, oh, but I have bad genetics, and that's why that guy looks. Like, no, shut the fuck. That guy works, trains, and even probably sleeps harder than you, right, for the past 2, 3, 4 years, or however long you've been in the gym. So obviously they're gonna have a better physique than you, innit? If you do the right things consistently, and consistency is key, right? For 5 years straight, it is quite frankly like statistically impossible that you come out with a terrible physique, right? Because it just doesn't happen. Like, you can have the shittest genetics in the world, alright, but if you just simply work harder, eat harder, sleep harder than the rest of your competition, you're gonna come out with a better physique than 99.999% of the population. It's simple as that. You get out what you put in, right? And you have so much control because there's so many factors you can optimize to make your physique as good as possible. We've seen what is possible, right? Even naturally, what you can do in the gym, what you can come out with, right? So yeah, gym again increases your risk because you have a bigger frame, you have a V-taper. It's kind of like the hourglass shape in the girl would do. And if you're a girl as well, if you're watching this, you know, female audience, I don't have any. I'm talking about Clash Royale characters on a Smash, right? If you go to the gym, you get a nice bunda, bro, you're automatically an 8 minimum. You can have probably the most clap face on the planet, but there will be guys that will be attracted to you just because you have a mad bunda. I've seen it, bro. I've done it myself. Listen, I see a girl with a nice bunda. I'm not even looking at her face. I'm just looking at a bunda. If it's got a nice shape, nice curvature, nice thickness, yeah, you get me? You know, dumb ones that curve and it hangs, bomba clot. I'm Muslim now, so I probably shouldn't be talking about that. So stuff Allah. But brother, she's automatically like a minimum 7 in my head. You get me? So yeah, any gender, go to the gym is how, and plus just the health aspect of it. Like, if you build a nice physique and eating right, like, bro, you're gonna build that discipline. It's just good for your lifestyle. And third, and I'd argue this ain't the most important, but it is your confidence, right? So this ranges from your body language, how you talk, whether you keep eye contact with the person you're talking to, and potentially even things like you wear, your clothing. Right, so imagine someone wearing a tracksuit, right? You know, that's all puffed out, you know, covering their actual physique, how they actually look like, compared to someone wearing something more casual, you know, with potentially even tight fit clothing, you know, showing off the muscles. Right, so who's going to exude more confidence? It's the guy in the more casual clothing or the tight fit t-shirt, you know, with a fucking bicep vein popping out. You get me? Like I saw a picture, right, of Sebon wearing a suit. A man had a leg vein popping out that suit, blood. Fam, if that's not alpha, then I don't know what it is, and that obviously relates to gym. But again, confidence, your body language. So if you're stuttering, if you're, you know, hands fidgety, if you're hunchback, what do, how you talk, again, if you're stuttering, if you go, your little one, hi, can I get your number? Can I get your number, please? You know, if you're making eye contact, if you're constantly looking at your phone, like looking at the fucking calculator app in your phone, and you're looking into the sunset, you're not looking directly at your target, at the girl you're trying to rizz up, you're not gonna have a good chance of getting that girl's number or details or getting some sort of attraction, some sort of response from that girl. You get me? So confidence, you need to work on. And the only like practical thing I can tell you really to work on confidence, right, because I like giving out practical information, is just go out there and talk to people. You can start with guys even. Like, if you're socially awkward, like, and even if you're not socially awkward, you just don't know how to talk to people, like, I started out with just walking past someone and just saying good morning to them. It's as simple as that. Like, everything I've taught you in this is essentially a skill. You need to just level it up. You get me? You don't just go out there day one and you're just a fucking Rizz master. No. Right? Everyone you see on the internet will like, oh, W-Rizz. Or like, every person you see with confidence, every person you know that has confidence, or like, good, like, they probably had to work for it. Except from looks, because looks are getting genetic, but looks help. The things I mentioned before help with your confidence. Like, if you work on your looks, if you work on your gym, you're automatically going to have more confidence. Right? It's as simple as that. So all of these things, you combine each other, you're gonna have W-Rizz. You're gonna have immortal Rizz. You feel what I'm saying? You're going to be able to attract more girls. And it's not that hard, you get me? And these are just a couple of things, you know, that can really increase your Rizz. If you want like a part 2, more extensive guide, I can make it. Just like, so put in the comments what other factors you think actually does affect your Rizz. And yeah, I appreciate your time, appreciate watching. And remember, you have to do these things now, bro. Start from today. You get me? Because time's gonna come and there'll be a day you wish you did these things earlier. Simple as that. Have a good day. Peace out.